Hey everyone, welcome back. Do you have a GE refrigerator like this that is not cooling properly? Well, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to troubleshoot, diagnose, and repair it. So this is going to be a bit of a different video for you. I don't have all my normal tools and my normal setup and gear. I'm actually on vacation. I flew out to see some family, and what do you know, perfect timing, their fridge broke the night before I flew in, so of course I had to help them out. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get in the freezer and we're going to take the shelves out so that we can get access to this back panel. As you can see, it's all frosted up and frozen, so that right there tells me that the compressor's still working and that it is cooling somewhat. Next thing, we're going to want to take out those two screws up top there, and then we're going to have to go ahead and get these two plastic panels off. So this one covers up the lights. You're just going to want to kind of, there's some tabs you kind of have to bend, so you could see there I kind of popped it down from the top and then was able to get it by pulling up. Now this bottom plastic part, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't take it off in the correct way. It was quite frozen up and I was just having difficulty with it. So what you really want to do is kind of slide up on the whole thing to get it to pop off. However, I was having some difficulty, so I actually ended up breaking one of the little plastic tabs. Sorry guys. But yeah, for you guys, what you're going to want to do is slide up on it, and then it should come off pretty easily. Then you're going to have two more screws here underneath of it that are hidden. You're going to want to take those out. Like I said, I don't have all my normal gear in my tool bag, all the nice little things you guys see. So I'm just making do with what I got, what my family members have for me to use, because I want to get this taken care of for them and for all of us. So alright, so next thing what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get that back panel off. You're going to want to, once you get all the screws and those plates off, you're going to want to pop that back panel off. And what I usually do is I get some kind of a hook tool and pull it out, or like a paper clip. And I didn't get that on camera, but you're going to want to pop that back panel off. As you can see, the evaporator is completely frosted over. So that right there tells me immediately that this thing hasn't been in a defrost for a while. So what I'm doing is I'm going right to the heating element, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect it. So this one here, this one has the style where it's down at the bottom, it's got wires that run the length of it down the sides to that heating element. And so here what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and ohm out the heating element to see if it's open. And this is a bit of a weird one, because as you could see there, it wasn't open. It was ohming out to about 22 ohms, which was a little bit of a curveball for me. So I'm thinking, okay, it's ohming out, right? It's not open. So let me go ahead and check voltage. And I want to tell you right now, I do not recommend that you use the hair dryer on this, but it's all that they had at that time. And well, I'm not trying to defrost the entire evaporator coil. Okay, all I'm trying to do is thaw out the screws that hold in this heating element so that I can actually take it out and inspect it. So I just want to throw that out there. I actually prefer to use a steamer, as you guys have seen in some of my other videos. But yeah, this is a bit of a special video for me. I'm actually really grateful that this happened, because you know, it's not every day that you get to visit some relatives you haven't seen in some years, and you're actually able to help them. So this was a blessing for me. I was actually excited when they told me, hey, our fridge is broke, can you fix it? And I'm like, hey, you know what, I'll do what I can do, right? I'll do my best. Alright, so now that we got the ice melted off of those screws, we're actually able to get them out. Yeah, sorry for the angle there, I wasn't quite able to get it right centered in the frame. But there's the heating element. You just got to take two screws out and then you can get access to it. We're inspecting it right now just to see see what's going on with it. So now we got the tech sheet. So this tech sheet is actually underneath the fridge. You pop off the front grill, and then you can get access to it. We're going ahead and we're ohming it out again. Alright, so you can see 22 in the tech sheet. I think the tech sheet said 21, so you know, just based on the numbers it says it should be good, but clearly it wasn't, because it was not glowing. It was not going through a defrost. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually check voltage. I want to check and make sure that it's getting voltage to the heating element. Alright, so now I'm hooking my leads up to each side of where the heating element was connected, and I'm going to go ahead and put it into a manual defrost. So I'm going to get it into diagnostic mode. You hold up and down on both fresh food and freezer sides for 3 seconds, and then you're going to see the zeros. Then you're going to press up on the freezer, and then you're going to press up on the fresh food till you get to 14, and then you're going to go ahead and press the cubed button, and that's going to start a manual defrost. As you can see there, I have 120 going to the element, so I have voltage.
There's got to be something wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
The way, and then you know,
Yeah, it don't look good.
it does not look good at all. It's not supposed to be.
Definitely doesn't look good.
Yeah, I had to leave that part in there. That part was too good to cut out. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm cleaning up these leads a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and actually get a little bit of electrical tape just to wrap around them, because one of them was slightly cracked. The wire actually going to the lead, so I just dry them up, clean them up a little bit, and I'm wrapping some electrical tape around them. And then luckily they actually had the heating element in stock at a local parts store, so we went ahead and ran out, got a new heating element, because the fact that I had voltage at the element, that right there showed me that the heating element pretty much has to be bad. I mean, even though it's ohming out, it doesn't look too good. You know, as you heard him say, it don't look right, and it's true. You know, I've seen that with this fridge a few times. Is that element? It's like a glass tube with an element inside, and it'll get black. It'll start to char and get all messed up looking, and it might ohm out, but it's still not good. So that's a little pro tip for you guys. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting in the new element. I actually have to bend some of these little alignment tabs just a little bit so that they'll fit up in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the screws back in. So I'm just going ahead and snugging up these screws. And you know, I actually end up dropping one. Yeah, I know, right? I actually end up dropping one right down the drain tube. So I'm going to have to go into the back of the fridge and take that drain tube off. Which isn't exactly a bad thing. It's a good thing, because I actually see these drain tubes get quite clogged up. They'll get clogged up, and then they'll actually cause it to get backed up. And then the freezer will start leaking water out the front because the drain tube is clogged. So hey, you know what? We're just going ahead and cleaning out the drain tube while we're at it to get access to this screw that I dropped down there. So I just have to pop off that zip tie. Oh yeah, look at that. You see all that dark water? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes these drain tubes, they get a little funky. Especially, you know, if you have pets or something like that. I've seen like hair and lint and things get down in there. So now I finally got that screw again. I'm going to put it in. And then I'm going to hook it up. And I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to go ahead and put it into a manual defrost. I'm going to plug it back in. You know, safety first. You're going to want to unplug, plug back in. So we're going to put it back into a manual defrost On this specific fridge, it's 14. And so just to give you guys kind of an understanding of what's going on, so essentially what happens is this fridge, all of the cold is created in the freezer. And then there's a fan that blows it around the freezer and blows it to the fresh food section. So when the heating element fails or it's not able to go through a defrost, the ice just keeps building and building and building until it creates an airflow restriction. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. It's glowing nice and hot now. So yeah, essentially what you're going to want to do is you need to melt all that ice to eliminate the restriction. We found the root cause, right? The heating element failed. We got that fixed, but if you were to put it all back together now, you'd still have an issue because that ice is still restricting the airflow. So I would say if you have a steamer, go ahead and steam it. You could try the hair dryer, but it's not going to work that well. Ultimately, I would probably suggest maybe just leave the fridge unplugged for a day or so to let all that ice melt, and then put it all back together and plug it in, and you should be good to go. Well, hey, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed and that it helped you. Like, comment, and subscribe. And a special shout out to my family. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.